because this is a unprompt stream, and I am so pissed off. I'm beyond pissed off. You see it in the title. 911 and the FBI are a joke. And if you stick around long enough, I'm going to tell you why. It's heartbreaking, man. It is very heartbreaking. Move, Kane. um, y'all give me a second. Because I'm absolutely floored on what happened today. The news conference that I witnessed today. And y'all just be patient. So why do I say 911 and the FBI are a joke? Now, before I start this rant, I want y'all to know that I do have police officer friends, and I'm not talking about them. Because if I'm friends at this point, if I'm friends with an officer, that must mean that there's some good people. I think I have pretty much a good judge of character. But this is the thing. So a man is killed. He's executed on tape, on video, live, with witnesses. He's executed in cold blood. He's telling the officers that he cannot breathe. But yet they don't lighten up on the pressure on his neck. So I forget what the officer name is, but this is about George Floyd being executed like a fucking slave on a plantation. Let me put my advisory up here real quick. So I won't have no shit. Okay, there you go. They killed this man in cold blood. What's up, Byron? Now, if you or I would have committed the same crime, we would have been locked up. It wouldn't have been a pass. Well, go home and we're going to investigate you killing somebody. That's not how it works. You would have been locked up. Why is there a double standard? At the end of the day, when you take that police uniform off, you're still either a man or a woman or a little bitch, which these two officers were. They was two little bitches that stood by Well, one of them killed him, and the little China boy, he stood by there and watched, didn't intervene at all. So at the end of the day, when they take their uniforms off, they're a bunch of bitches, right? So I'm watching that FBI press conference today, which was bullshit. I forgot what the fuck that guy's name was, but he said that they have evidence not for this not to be a crime. They also have evidence of this not being a crime. That's what the white motherfucker said. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that news conference. And it wasn't a fucking conference. It wasn't a press conference at all because they didn't give no type of new information on the case. They didn't give no information on the fucking case at all. None whatsoever. No new leads, no nothing. There should have been an arrest day fucking one. And like I said, Minneapolis, that whole fucking police department, the mayor, all of these are fucking dickheads, man. Because you had to wait until the fucking video was on social media in order to take action. Whereas if you or I walk into a fucking Target, right, and you steal a soda and someone catches you, they'll call the police. And depending on the arrogance of the police officer, he would more than likely arrest you, especially if you're black. So if you went inside Target and you stole $20 worth of stuff, right? $20 worth of clothes, they would arrest you. No fucking problem. So you can arrest somebody for stealing $20 worth of merchandise, but you can't arrest somebody for taking a fucking life that's worth more than $20. A life is worth billions and billions, zillions of dollars. Because you only have one opportunity to use that body. So that body is worth more than whatever I don't care if you're Bill Gates or Eli Musk. Your body is worth more than what you can pay for out of pocket. So these FBI clowns and the DEA and all these other fuckheads that had this conference around about 5 o'clock our time, no 6 o'clock our time, about 5 o'clock their time. They were late. First of all, they were late coming to the podium. They were a couple of hours late coming to the podium because I guess they was wrestling off. Well, we don't have shit to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Make them stall, make them wait. That shows you that you don't care a damn about a person's life. You don't give a shit about a black man's life. Now, had it been one of your family members, then the shit would have been amped up. And then somebody else made a good point. There was a black officer that killed the white woman, and the officer was not only fired, but the officer was also arrested and charged for murder because he killed the white woman, right? But these officers that was in cahoots killed this one black man. Nobody gets arrested. No one gets arrested. That is complete bullshit, man. Complete bullshit. And see, this is the thing. Some people that watch these YouTube videos, and it may be some of you too, are fucking cowards, man. Some of y'all are so fucking cowards that you won't stand up and speak out for injustice. Some of y'all are fucking cowards, man. It's probably a couple of people that may watch this video that's a fucking coward. because you won't stand up for what's right. A human life, how could you take a human life or deem that a human life was justified to be taken in this matter? I can see, okay, you break into my home. You have a knife or a gun. We tussle and wrestle. I get the gun and I pop one off on you. You're gone. That was justified because you broke into my house. You understand? That's justified. Being killed over a fucking alleged fake $20 bill is not the fucking cause to be justified. These FBI agents and then the state of Minnesota are still questioning or not to arrest these fucking guys. Fuck the firing. That's a slap on the fucking wrist. These guys are still walking free. They walk in the streets free. And the people that's protesting, the people that are damaging their neighborhood, they have so much right to do so. They do. Fuck that. They have so much right to do so because it's so much injustice being done. It's being right in your fucking face. You watch the video clip, this guy has his hands in his pocket with his knee down on his neck, and he is enjoying it. You can see a fucking smirk on his fucking face. And he is enjoying it. He can feel the life being dragged out of this man's guy. And only when he stopped feeling the post on this man's neck is when he releases his knee off this man's neck. So he knew what he was doing. You have the videotape evidence right there. Why not arrest him? How much fucking more proof do you need? You have the video evidence that was shown today, that was released today by a store where they handcuffed him, shoved him up against the wall. You can hear him saying, ow, ow. You can see him saying, ow, with the aggressive force over a fucking $20 bill. Over a $20 alleged fake $20 bill. You can see that the cop that was handcuffing him first, he was in pain. Then you see the images of him sitting on the ground. How do you go from sitting on the ground with your hands behind your back handcuffed to being on the fucking ground with a knee on your neck? And then they released the body cam footage. Say if you committed a murder and you had a fucking body cam on, right? And you submitted the body cam footage, but it was heavily edited. Do you think that would fly? No, it wouldn't fly. So the police are getting away with murder. They're getting away with murder because if it's taking this long to arrest these guys, that means that they're coming up with a plan to discredit this man that they killed. They're going to attempt to assassinate his character. It doesn't matter what he did in his past. They're going to bring that shit up. If he even jaywalked, they're going to bring, oh, well, he was a jaywalker. What the fuck does that have to do with him dying over a counterfeit alleged $20 bill? What does that have to do with that? It has nothing to do with that at all. There is a different justice system for blacks and for whites and for cops. Blacks, if you're black in America, you're automatic guilty until you can prove your innocence. Because this is the thing. If you were innocent until proven guilty, then if I went to go rob a bank, why would I get locked up? Aren't I still innocent until proven guilty? But if you lock me up, you already have it made up in your mind. Especially if you got tape of me robbing. If I go to Wells Fargo, don't have no mask on, hold up my driver's license and my birth certificate and my social security card, give you my whole name and say, hey, I'm about to rob you. Give me all the money that's in the register. Give me all the money that's in the till. I'm driving a truck. My license plate is blah 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 blah. You know, you already know where I live at. When I leave here, I'm gonna take the route and I'm gonna stop past Denny's on the way home to get me something to eat, and then from there I'm gonna go in the house. So I just gave you all the information, and then I robbed the joint, and then I go home, and then I got the police waiting on me to lock me up. But why are you locking me up? You, even though you have footage, aren't I still innocent until proven guilty? Now you say that may sound crazy to you, but there was videotape. There's video evidence. This is not alleged video evidence. This is evidence that this man killed this man in cold blood. And then the FBI, that dumbass broad, she's saying, we need more people. We need more video. If anybody was there, send in your video so we can get the full story. What full story do you need other than you got 2 videos showing this man being arrested, being forced up against the wall, then he's on the ground with his hands behind his back, then he's now on the ground with a knee on his neck. You have all the evidence that you need. If these guys was wearing these body cams, why not get the body cam footage? You don't need nobody else's fucking footage. That's just a smoke screen. You're just putting up a smoke screen. Why do you have to wait until other people come in and testify? You have the body footage of the officers, these dickheads that was already on the scene. And now you're saying, oh, well, Trump, we and Trump, we're all looking at it. You fucked up right there. Because Trump don't give a fuck about no black people. So why would you make that statement? That's not reassuring these people in Minnesota. And that's why they're rioting. When I sat there and watched that shit, I say, I guarantee you they're going to start rioting tonight. I guarantee you. They got the target right there. Motherfuckers going to walk out with some HD TVs. They're going to walk out with some motherfucking Arcade One systems. They're going to walk out with... They going to walk out with some shit. And it ain't a goddamn thing that them target fake ass security guards going to be able to do about it. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Don't stand in their way. Move out the way. Let them ride. Let them get their frustrations out, because it's well deserved, because there's no actions taking place. Everybody is afraid to say what the fuck is what's really going on. America don't give a shit about black people. That's the point fucking blank. It don't matter if you're rich a rich nigga. It don't matter if you're a poor nigga. It don't matter if you're an average nigga. Because at the end of the day, when America wants you to know that you're black, they're going to remind your ass that you're black. You have no fucking rights at all. The court systems are fucked up from Maine to Mexico. The court systems are not set up for a black man. It's not set up for us. Anytime you can get fucking years for just taking something out of a store or something, you can get years in jail for that. But an officer that takes a life, a human being life, does not get arrested and get a slap on the wrist. Look what the shit that happened in Baltimore when them Baltimore cops killed that man. Nothing fucking happened. Look at Trayvon Martin. Nothing. And this jackass wasn't even a police officer. He was a fucking wannabe, a gung-ho motherfucker. Nothing happened to him. And then you're talking about, then they were talking about Jesse Jackson. They were bringing in Jesse Jackson about this. Jesse Jackson has been so irrelevant since fucking K-Swiss was out. That's how irrelevant he was. Since the last pair of white K-Swiss, since the last time I wore a pair of white K-Swiss was in fucking high school. I got some blue ones though. But the last time I wore some K-Swiss, I was in high school. That motherfucker has been irrelevant since then. And you're going to bring in fucking names. You're going to bring in Al Sharpton. You know, these characters only manifest when shit like this goes down, when it's heavily publicized. There are so many other cases of black people being killed by officers that these motherfuckers don't show up at. Y'all gotta fucking wake up, man. It's not time for that talk shit don't work. And everybody wanna be PC and all this other shit while we're still getting fucking slaughtered. You wanna take the high road while you wanna take the high road while the fucking these motherfuckers kill you and take the low road. Just like the two white supremacist motherfuckers that gunned down the man when he was just jogging because they thought he broke into the house. If they thought he broke into the house, they're not officers. They're not cops. They should have called the cops. Why are you going to chase the man and gun him down? And ever since ever since the Grand Wizard has been in office, the racism has just come out in full force. They're not hiding this shit no more. Like, hey, I'm racist. You motherfuckers better wake up, man. Now they're going to start doing the social media thing where you have no fucking freedom of speech. You have no freedom of fucking speech. You should be able to say what the fuck you want to say. That's in the fucking Constitution. Nobody can't fucking deny you or on what you say. And then I would love to have a motherfucker to come to me that says that all this killing of these black unarmed men was justified in some kind of way or reason. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Your racism is coming out. And again, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Latino, if you're Asian, if you're Chinese, and you're in this country don't fucking belong to you in the first fucking place. It belonged to the Native Americans that was stolen by these white colonists that came over here to America, found something that wasn't lost, and said, okay, this is America. I found America. How the fuck you gonna find something that wasn't lost? How the fuck you gonna claim something that's already inhabited by people? Where do you think America got Thanksgiving from? They didn't make that shit up. They got that from the Native Americans. Study your fucking history, man. These are European people coming over here, running the fucking country that don't fucking belong to them. Putting on their ways and their religion and all their health and all this other shit practices. They're putting that shit on Americans. You can't have the same remedy for every fucking race. Because it don't work that way. Every race system is different. So when people take these health plans and stuff like that, that's why so many people are dying. Because what health practices that works for blacks may not work for whites. Because we are genetically different. Same as any other nationality. It's different. Not one solution will help everybody. You can't say, okay, this is one ball, this is one pill, and this is going to help it don't fucking work that way. Because our systems are so fucking different. People killing these punk ass cops. And I want to say right now, man, fuck Missouri cops. Or what was it, Minnesota? Minneapolis. Fuck the Minneapolis cops. Fuck the Minneapolis DA. Fuck the EMTs. Fuck the cashier at Target. Fuck all of them. I give praise to all the fucking people that's protesting and rioting, and they have every fucking right, because this is injustice to the fucking fullest. And just like the Rodney King thing, where the shit was caught on tape, beating this man, they beat that motherfucker like he owed them $20. They beat the shit out of Rodney King. And then Rodney King punk ass gonna go in there, oh, can't we all just get along? I wish I was there. I so wish I was there, man, because I had to pull that motherfucker aside, man. Like, is it the Jerry curl that's frying your brain like this? These niggas just beat the shit out you, and you want to say, "Oh, give peace a chance." You's a dumb motherfucker, man. Look, all of these, and I say again, all cops are not bad, right? All cops are not bad. I have a few friends that are in law enforcement, and I fuck with them because I know their mentality. I know their standards. I wouldn't be friends with a fucking cop if he was on that same bullshit that these other cops was on. So I'm not saying all cops are bad. I'm just saying the ones that get caught on camera are. There was a video that somebody sent me yesterday about an officer. It's on the Facebook page. There was an officer that they were doing something at somebody's house, and the lady with two babies, I think she was trying to approach the door, and this guy in dreads, he went to go get her. It was like, come back. And there was this officer that had this long gun. I don't know what type of gun it was. And he just had his chest beaten, right? And he said something to the guy. The guy didn't do that. I mean, the guy had words, you know what I'm saying? Because it was the heated moment. The officer goes back and cold cocks him. And then all the officers start running as the guy hit the officer. The officer hit the guy first. So, like I said, there's a different justice system between black people, white people, and cops. Black people are on the bottom tier, white people are on the second tier, and then cops are on the top tier. Because anytime you commit a grievous action like this, if you're black, you will get locked the fuck up. You would get locked the fuck up for stealing a 35-cent pack of gum out the gas station. You would get locked up for fucking cursing a gas station attendant out. You would get locked up for threatening a gas station attendant. You would get locked up for saying fuck you to the police sometimes inside the Walmart. You would get locked up for these actions, but an officer can sit up here and they can murder somebody and they won't be prosecuted. You're supposed to be locked up. You're supposed to be locked the fuck up right then and there, man. Lock their ass up right then and there. Because if I would have did it, I would have been locked up. If I would have killed an officer, they would have locked me up. Or I wouldn't have been locked up, I would have been dead. And then it would have been, oh, you have to respect the boys in blue and all this other shit. And where is all this shit coming from where now they're saying, well, we need to give peace a chance and we need to, officer lives matters and all this other shit. That shit goes in one ear and out the other because the rioting that's happening now, all the destruction that's happening now, you cannot fault these people for doing that shit because if it was not for them, for that officer killing that man, this shit wouldn't have happened. If they would have arrested him, this shit wouldn't have happened. If they would have arrested him right then and there, or the next day, there wouldn't have been no violent protest. There would have probably been a protest. It may have got out of hand a little bit, but I guarantee you it wouldn't have went to the magnitude that it did over these past days. And then look at the when they was trying to reopen up the government. All the motherfuckers that showed up on the courthouse with the guns and all this other shit, they didn't call for military action like they're doing now. The cops didn't come in riot gear. The cops didn't come fucking driving through the crowd. That's what I'm saying. It's a difference between dealing with black people and white people. And I'm not going to sit up here and don't come at me like I'm racist because I'm not. And then the classic shit is I got a white friend. I got very few white friends, but I love everybody. I don't discriminate against any fucking body. If you're an asshole, then you're an asshole and I don't fuck with you. I don't care if you're black, white. I don't care if you're gay, straight. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I embrace anybody. Until you fuck me over, that's when I no longer fuck with you. And you could be any fucking race that you want to be. I will welcome you with open fucking arms. I don't fucking care. I don't have a color tone palette. I don't care what race you are. I would joke with you if you're white. I would joke with you if you were black. I would joke with you if you was Mexican. I would joke with you if you was a fucking alien from Mars and shit. I wouldn't give a shit. Just the alien shit don't kill me or don't perform no test on me and no shit like that. But I wouldn't give a shit about a person's fucking nationality. So if somebody comes at me and say, "Oh well, you're racist and shit," man, fuck you. Ain't nobody fucking racist. Don't try to turn the narrative around. The narrative is an officer killed a man in cold blood on fucking tape and has yet to be arrested for it. As if you and I would have did the same shit, we would have been locked up, or if we were black, you would have been shot first, and then it would have been on the news. Oh well, Fred killed an officer, and he had traffic tickets and all this other shit and all, you know what I'm saying, so much other shit with it, all the negative shit with that came out to shadow the fact that I killed somebody. It would have been poured onto it. It would have been poured onto the gasoline. The gasoline would have been poured onto the fire. So it would have blew up. But an officer that kills an unarmed black man does not get fucking arrested. But a black officer that kills a white woman gets arrested. Where are the differences at? Where is it different at? It doesn't. What more evidence do you need? How much more investigating? FBI, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to all you 4 dickheads that was at that fucking conference. What more evidence do you need other than the 2 videotapes that you already have in possession that's on fucking Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on all them fucking platforms? You have the tape of him being arrested, being shoved up against the wall. Now he's on the fucking ground. You have that evidence. Then you have the evidence of him being on the ground, not resisting. You have the evidence, you have audio of them saying, "I can't breathe. They're going to kill me. I need some water." You have an EMT that's in the crowd that's saying, "Check his pulse." And not only until that man felt that he didn't have a pulse in his neck anymore, he released that pressure. He knew what he was fucking doing. He wasn't in fear for his life because he had his hands in his pocket. Let me tell you something. If you coming at me with a motherfucking knife or a gun or a brick or a bat or something like that, you think I'm going to keep my fucking hands in my pocket? I don't got no fucking ninja Mortal Kombat moves. You think you seriously think I'm going to keep my hands in my pocket while you trying to fucking I'm not the black Bruce Lee. I'm going to try to take your ass out any fucking means necessary. I'm not going to keep my hands in my pocket. This man felt so comfortable with what he was doing, he kept his hands in his fucking pocket. But yet when he got up, he took his hands out of his pocket. Started walking around and shit like that. Like, yeah, I just killed me another nigga. Not only he was involved in another police shooting that he got off scot-free. And I hate to tell you, folks, the Floyd family, they're going to get off. They're going to get off with a slap on the wrist. They're going to get a couple, if they do get a couple of years, they're going to get a slap on the fucking wrist. Because they're going to find a way to turn the shit around to put the blame now on Mr. Floyd. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to turn this shit around and find something in this criminal background, because if you're black, 8 times out of 10, you have some type of ran into the law somewhere. So your name is somewhere in that database, especially if you're a young black male. And let me tell you something. The shit with you young black men, getting these charges, taking these plea deals because you're scared to go to court. You're scared to do that. I've been in that situation now, and that's why it took me as long as it did to turn some shit around, because I took plea deals. Right? And that's when I was younger. Took plea bargains and shit. I don't feel like fighting this shit in court. And that shit hurt you later on down the line. And then when you become an adult, you can't get a good, decent job because you have some shit in your background. You're not supposed to go past 7 years, but some slick motherfuckers do. Oh, he was 19 years old. He had a weed charge. He had a coke charge. He killed some cats and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? They go back there, oh, but nah, you can't get hired. You can't get hired because you sold weed when you were 19 years old. Now you gotta stay at your mama house. You can't go nowhere. You can't afford no rent. You gotta go work. You gotta get a punk ass, rinky dink ass job. You know, working at McDonald's or working at Burger King or working at whatever. And you can't, unless you some type of fucking manager, you can't fucking afford a house of your own. You can afford to rent somebody's room out. Yeah, you could do that. But you can't afford to get no house of your fucking own. Not in 2020. Maybe like back in 95 and shit, when shit was cheap, when gas was like 99 cents.
Motion detected at the front.
That's probably FBI. But man, it's just people are sick and tired. I've seen 4 incidents this week of police brutality that somebody shared on the Facebook page. I've seen 4 instances, and it's only getting worse and worse. It's because Trump. Oh, I'm sorry for calling that jackass Trump. The Grand Wizard said, "Don't go lightly on them. Be aggressive." That came out the Grand Wizard mouth, and then the FBI have a nerve to bring this punk ass president name into the same investigation of Mr. Floyd. Oh, he's actively looking into it. This jackass hasn't came out and said one thing about his fucking death. Not one fucking thing. You got the evidence right there. He ain't said shit. He probably said, oh, well, just another nigga gone. That's his mentality. Oh, another nigga gone. Because Trump don't give a fuck about no black person. Look at the way that he treated Kanye West. And I think Kanye West is a bitch, in my opinion. Fuck Kanye West. And I know my man Mike was like, Steve Harvey, ease up on him and shit like that. But fuck Steve Harvey and fuck Kanye West. Because Kanye West, first of all, he should know better, because his mother was a fucking teacher. I think she was a history teacher. So she knew information that she passed on to him, being a fucking teacher. I'm quite sure she did. And then with Steve Harvey, I know Mike. I know. But my thing is, I won't put him in the cartoon out of respect for you. But my thing is that he shouldn't have never went up there to meet him and then get blindsided by him, and then he had all this fucking flack coming his way. Because there's still a lot of people that don't fuck with Steve Harvey for meeting with the fucking Grand Wizard. There's still a lot of people that don't fuck with him. And I be one of them. Every time Family Feud come on, if I'm downstairs and I see it on, the shit is going off my TV. I don't fuck with him. I don't want him in my house. I don't want him in my TV. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want his voice. I don't want his mustache. I don't want his bald head ass. I don't want hanging with Mr. Cooper and all. Or nah, that's not hanging with Mr. Cooper. The Steve Harvey show and all that other shit. I don't even. If I ever watch the Kings of Comedy again, I'm gonna fast forward through his parts because I don't want to hear his motherfucking voice. That's how pissed off I am with him. But getting back to the topic at hand, this man was unjustly killed for no fucking reason over a fake $20 bill. Even they saying alleged, so they don't know if it was a real a real bill or not. I guarantee you that the defense lawyers are going to use that to try to smear this man's name. They're going to use his criminal history to smear this man's name. They're going to use any and everything to smear this man's name, to put him in a negative and put these cowardly ass officers in the fucking light. The China boy should be held accountable too, because if you're in the car and I decide to go rob the bank and you in the fucking car with me, you ain't even have to do nothing. You be like, hey Fred, man, what the fuck is you doing? And I drop you off and you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing. I ain't even give you no money. But you ain't say nothing. Then I get locked up, and then the footage show that your ass was in the car. Hey, guess what? Both of us going down. Both of us are going down. So the China boy should be. He shouldn't have as of a harsh sentence as him, but he should have some years. The cop should get life. He should get like 45 to life or something. No eligibility of parole. None. No whatever the fuck it's called. I'm so fucking turned right now. I'm so fucking pissed. But he should get no opportunity of parole. Probation, parole, none of that. You're given a green light. Listen, for everybody that's watching, for everybody that's watching, I ask you to do one thing. A couple of things. Watch this with somebody else. As long as it takes, just watch it. Even if you got to scrub through some of the shit, watch it. Watch what I'm saying. Because I'm babbling now, but I have made a lot of good points. A lot of good points. Thanks, Stan. Because I haven't been watching the comments because I'm so focused into that. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go, because a lot of these streams don't get a lot of viewage. So sometimes I feel like I'm doing this in vainly. I put a lot of hard work into doing these streams, getting this content out, and I myself, I speak for the people that say what they want to say, but that's afraid to say it, because I have no filter. I have no cut cards. You understand? So that's just how I am. But this is the shit that's going down. FBI, you're a fucking joke. You are a fucking joke. FBI, the whole FBI department is a fucking joke. For you to have this news conference to have nothing to say. You could have tweeted the shit that you said in that fucking conference. Would have been a better response. You have no updated information. You want people to come out with videotape, more video footage of the brutal slaying of Mr. Floyd. You want people to come out with, how much more fucking video evidence do you need? How much more time do you have to investigate on this clearly murder? This is not like back in the fucking like in 98. If you go back to 98, this shit could have been, I could see the officer clearly getting away with this because nobody had cell phones. And then to have a camcorder, you had to have some fucking money in your pocket. And then to be carrying a camcorder around, there wasn't no small pocket size cameras. They was the big shoulder mount cameras, big heavy cameras. So people weren't carrying those around. Now people have fucking cell phones and they're videotaping everything. You have to wait until a fucking person comes out with more video evidence. How much more video evidence do you need? You have 2 crucial tapes that's already on Facebook and YouTube and all these other social media platforms. You have the video of the officer putting his knee on his neck, constricting his airway. You have the audio of the man saying that he can't breathe. They're going to kill me. You have the audio of the bystanders, which I applaud you, man. I applaud you. I applaud you so bad, bro. I applaud you so fucking much. Those people that was out there that was filming that shit, I applaud you. If there was something, if I had $1 million, man, I would give you 500,000. If I had $20 billion, I would give y'all all $1 million a piece. That's how much I applaud these guys, man. Look, if this gets to a motherfucker that's rich, you know, one of these say that you help the community motherfuckers, you need to reward those guys. And that even that white girl, that's now that you see that I'm not racist, you need to reward all 3 of those people that was in that fucking video telling those officers to get off that man. You need to reward those people because those were the heroes of the day, but their heroics failed because of those fucking officers. Now getting back to what I'm saying, you have the fucking evidence, FBI. You got the fucking evidence. You got the evidence of him being killed. You have the audio of him being killed. You have the video of him being pressed against the wall by the other dickhead ass officer that was on there. You have that fucking video. You have the video of the body cam footage, mind you, that was edited. That they're saying that was edited, heavily edited. If you are innocent of that act, why would you need to edit that video? If you have something. If you have something that you don't have to hide, if you thought that you was justified in what you did, if there was a point in time where shit got out of pocket and he got rowdy, where is that evidence at? We haven't seen none of that. They got body cam footage. What the fuck more evidence do you need, man? What the fuck more evidence do you need? You got all them body cam footages. You got the footage that's been placed on fucking YouTube and Facebook and all these other fucking social media outlets. You have all of that evidence. What more evidence do you need? And for that other fat white motherfucker that came out there and said that we also have evidence that this is not a crime. You's a fucking dickhead, man. Let somebody slaughter one of your family members in. Let that, if you have a son or if you have a wife, let that officer slaughter your wife or slaughter your son in that fucking manner and see if you feel the same fucking way. It's injustice, man. It's injustice and people are fucking angry. People are upset. People are going crazy against this shit because there's no fucking justice. There's a different justice between white America, black America, and the fucking police. It's injustice, man. And for all my people that's out here watching this and that you're so fucking afraid to stand up and speak up for injustice, guess what? Fuck you too. You understand me? So this is the deal, man. If you see something, if you see injustice, fucking speak out on it. I'm talking to you fucking cops. There's cops in PG County, Montgomery County, fucking Charles County, DC, especially fucking DC. Now I'm not talking about my man, but I'm talking about like Berry Farm area. I'm talking about fucking Adams Morgan area. Kitland cops, Chevrolet cops, fucking Morningside cops. All of y'all know a fucking dickhead in your crew. Know he fucks up. Know he terrorized the fucking community, and you don't speak up. Let me tell you something. Niggas that was hustling down Half Street had jump outs roll on them. You know why a lot of niggas from Half Street ain't get locked up? Because they was paying off the fucking cops. And there's still cops that's on the force to this day. They're still there. They took a lot of them fucking payoffs. A lot of them fucking cops. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. There's a lot of fucking payoff cops. There was a cop that was in shop. Let me tell you about this. There was a state trooper that was in Shopper Foods warehouse on when Shopper Food warehouse was on Marlboro Pike, like going towards DC, right there where the DC line at. I'm gonna tell you something that I experienced, right? So when I was in the rap group, when I was in the Outer Limits, well, I still am, but we don't perform. When the beginning stage, when it was just me and Keith, we were on our way to practice. We included this girl, this I think she was a little bit younger than what we were, but we incorporated her to the group because that's when that Lauryn Hill, the Fugees and shit came out. She couldn't rap, but she could sing. So we incorporated her into the group, right? We go into, cause she lived like my cousin Sweet Pea had lived like in those apartments. Once you go on the DC side, those apartments down the hill by like where Benham Road is, before you get to Benham Road, like where the Eddie's carryout is. If you coming up Marlboro Pike, there was 2 liquor stores, one on the left, one on the right by Nova Avenue. If you take that right and you go down that hill and you go towards Benham Road, it was some apartments sitting on the left-hand side. That's where R.I.P. my cousin Sweet Pea, that's where she lived at. And I think she lived in those buildings because that's where I met her at, because I was staying with my cousin Sweet Pea at the time. So getting back to the story, we're walking down Marlboro Pike. We was coming from some fucking way, I forgot what it was. And motherfuckers just beeping the horn. This was summertime. She had on like some booty shorts. I mean, she was a nice, pretty girl. I was offended because I was like, God damn, how come how y'all know that she not with me? So I'm offended because niggas like looking at me like bitch cake because they beeping the horn. But me and the girl wasn't together. She was my rap partner and we kept it business, as I do with like every female artist that I work with. I keep it business. I don't do that fucking pussy play shit. I don't do none of that. I keep it strictly fucking business. So we go into the Shoppers and there's a state trooper that's sitting in there, right? And I guess he's doing like the police work for the store or whatever. So he goes and holler at the girl that I'm with. So number one, she's underage. Number two, you're bitching me out because how you know that I'm not with her? And I said, man, she's underage, bro. And how you know I'm not with her? He said, you know what he said to me? He said, shut up before I lock your ass up. Now, who was in the wrong? Who was in the wrong? I'll tell you another story about Crofton cops. I was dating this white girl. And we had went to Crofton. My man, I think my man Iggy from Forest Creek, Forest Park, whatever. My man Iggy had took me up there. Now, I didn't know where she lived at because I think her parents was racist and I don't think she knew that she was dating a black dude. So this is my fault as well. So I'm out there and I think her name was Kirsten. It was Kirsten. So I'm like, Kirsten. Now I'm dumb as fuck out there yelling this girl name. And she lived in Crofton. She lived over there by where that Kmart used to be at, right? There were some condominiums up there, right? So I'm sitting up here yelling her name, and of course, don't you know, the police get called on her. No, it was my cousin Dax. My cousin Dax that took me up there. Well, he's not really my cousin, but ever since we were small, my Aunt Dorothy, my cousin Dex. So the police get to the car, like, what y'all doing in Crofton? And I told them the truth. I was like, well, look, I'm up here to see my girl, but I don't really know where she lived at. So I was trying to find her. You know what I'm saying? So he thought that was a bullshit story, but that was the fucking truth. So he ran Dex, everything. Everything came back good. The tags was good. The insurance was good. These Crofton cops didn't turn around and tell us, after he let us go, he said, don't you boys come back to Crofton no more. Now get out of here. White cop. 2 white cops. Boy, as Michael Evans said famously, boy is a white racist word. Boy. Now this was before the age of cell phones and the affordable cell phones and shit like that. So we had no fucking video footage of this. Now, getting back on track to the story. We have footage now. We have cell phones now. We have smartphones now. Even you old motherfuckers with the flip phones. I shouldn't say old because I know my man got a flip phone. But he got a fucking camera on it. I got 2 people that got flip phones. But they got a fucking camera on it. These videos are being taken of officers behaving in a disgusting manner, but nothing is being done by it. And that's why people are upset. That's why people are rioting. That's why people are acting violent. That's why people are looting. And you cannot blame these folks for these actions, because if the officer did not kill this man, then you wouldn't have had none of this shit going on. If you would have arrested him, none of this shit would be going on. I guarantee you that they're rioting right now, and justly so. If the FBI, where they came out and said, we have an arrest warrant for the Chinaman and the knee motherfucker, the white Colin Kaepernick, we're about to go arrest their ass now. And honestly, I thought that they was taking so long because they went out and arrested these officers. I was like, okay, they're going to come back and say, yeah, we got them in the clink. But nah, they came back to the podium hours fucking late with no new information. And then on top of that, they threw Trump's name. Oh, I'm sorry. They threw the Grand Wizard's name into the mix, saying that he's actively investigating. Give me a fucking break. You got the Klan investigating a murder of a nigger. And I'm just saying nigger because that's the way that these racist motherfuckers see us. They don't see us as black people. They see us as niggers. That's what they see us as. Uneducated niggers. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. If you're an in-between nigga, you're an in-between nigga. But if you're black, light-skinned, and you high yellow motherfuckers, it don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter if you're light-skinned, if you got nice hair. It don't matter if you got those pretty eyes. If you used to get all the girls in the 80s, the El DeBarge motherfuckers, it don't matter. At the end of the day, you still a nigga. You still a nigga. It don't fucking matter. If it ain't white, it ain't right. If it's black, take it back. Fuck out of here, man. And people supposed to be calm about this shit? Give me a fucking break. You got the evidence, FBI. Fucking use it. And stop dicking us around. Arrest these motherfuckers that committed these crimes, man. You don't need no fucking more evidence. You don't need no more evidence. You got the audio. You got the video. You got a couple of videos. You got body cam footage that they edited. Why did they edit the body cam footage? Why? Why did they edit the body cam footage? Answer me that. Why did they edit the body cam footage? And then the girl get up there, or we're so heartbroken and we need to come together. And shut the fuck up, man. Shut your ass up. Get off the fucking mic. Get off the fucking podium and go get arrest warrants for these motherfuckers, man. But you'll lock a nigga up for any other fucking matter. You'll lock a nigga up for using freedom of speech. You'll lock a motherfucker up for stealing some bubblegum out the fucking Dollar Tree. You'll lock a motherfucker up for slapping the shit out of a fucking gas attendant for not giving me my gas on the right pump. You'll lock a motherfucker up for that. You'll lock a motherfucker up for dead tags. You'll lock a motherfucker up for not having no insurance. You'll lock a motherfucker up for a stolen car. You'll lock a motherfucker up for a fucking headlight out. How the fuck you get locked up for a headlight out and you don't get locked up for a fucking murder? Oh, because you're white. All right, I gotta go.